This video is brought to you by Answerly, a question platform that pays you for adding high-quality answers on different questions. The users are rewarded in Answerly tokens, which they can easily convert into dollars or any other cryptocurrency by using one of the exchanges mentioned in the description. Hello and welcome to our YouTube channel. In today's video, we'll be talking about the 10 reasons not to move to Atlanta, Georgia in 2021. Are you considering moving to Atlanta, Georgia? Atlanta sits at the foothills of the Appalachian Mountains with a high elevation that makes it unique in the southeast. Spending time outdoors in the state can be problematic because the summers are very hot and humid, bringing with it mosquitoes, different bugs, and other unpleasant pests, plus loads of allergy-causing pollen in the air. So without further ado, here are the 10 reasons why not to move to Atlanta, Georgia in 2021. 10. Snakes and wild animals. You'll find snakes and wild creatures in almost every part of Georgia. The state has 4 to 6 species of snakes, but only 6 are poisonous. You aren't allowed to kill a non-venomous snake if it slips into your backyard. According to Georgia's laws, you could face jail time or attract a $1,000 fine if you commit such an offense. If you aren't a fan of snakes or wildlife, you shouldn't settle in remote areas of Georgia. Of course, the population of wild animals is small in big cities like Atlanta. But before we move on to the next reason, why not move to Atlanta, Georgia? Like this video, smash the subscribe button and click the notification bell right now. And if you don't, you will never know the cons of living in Atlanta, Georgia. 9. Limited transportation. With more people come more traffic. One of the seemingly popular answers to the cons of living in Atlanta is the overwhelming amount of traffic. This is a disadvantage to consider if you're moving to Atlanta with a family. With kids, sports games, practices, activities, and school on the daily to-do list, commuting may become an unexpected burden. With the majority of the town spread out, one of the biggest complaints is the walkability to get around town. Unless you live downtown where walking is feasible, the city's only means of transportation is driving in the consistent and dreaded traffic or taking the MARTA, the city's public bus and rail system, which unfortunately doesn't reach much of Metro Atlanta. 8. Overcrowded population. Due to the newcomers from out of state, the population is seeming more overcrowded with each passing year. The metropolitan area comprises of almost 8,000 square miles in 14 countries. Add on top the numerous job opportunities and cost of living. The Atlanta growth projections are set to see a 2.9 million increase in population in the year 2050. We all know the more housing that's constructed, the more people will come. The congestion of the city is one of the reasons why people are looking to purchase and rent homes in more suburban areas in recent years. 7. The traffic. In any big city, the fullness of people and 9 to 5s means traffic. Atlanta traffic is the bane of anyone trying to get anywhere at 5 o'clock on a weekday. The draw of suburb life means rush hour in and out of the city is unbearable at best. Sadly though, that's not the only time you have to worry about traffic in Atlanta. As anyone who has lived there for long will tell you, it's an unavoidable part of the city. However, it's not all bad news. Given the likelihood that many companies will stay working remotely for the indefinite future, traffic in Atlanta may become much more tolerable. Number 6. The people in Atlanta like to use a lot of short codes and jargon. When you first move to Atlanta, you'll discover that there are times when people seem to be speaking a different language. That is because there's a lot of jargon and shorthand that comes into play when speaking or describing circumstances. One example is how people communicate the various area codes that are in the city. There are 3 of them, 404, 770, and 678. Instead of writing out all 3 numbers, most people will only use the first digit and then share their phone number. Another communication issue you might run into when living in Atlanta is the "what you'll have" command. It's not a question which suggests that you have time to wait. If you're not ready to place your order, then you might find some grumbling starting to happen while you're standing in line. 5. The crime. Although crime rates are dropping, Atlanta is still considered a dangerous city. However, crime rates vary dramatically by neighborhood, which means there's plenty of safe neighborhoods. The city is also protected by various layers of law enforcement. Most crimes are low-level break-ins and robberies. 4. Extreme poverty in some areas. Poverty statistics point to a grim picture of Georgia. According to the National Statistics Office of Georgia, 21.3% of Georgia's population lives below the absolute poverty line. Some of the poorest places include Telfair County, Macon, Clay County, Kennesaw, Canton, and Ackworth. Unfortunately, the regions with high poverty rates also experience high crime rates. It's advisable to avoid such spots when settling in Georgia. 3. Brutally hot summers. July and August are brutal months in Atlanta when temperatures can reach the 90s or 100s, and humidity can hang above 70%. In the summertime, Atlantans live in air conditioning and limit outdoor activities. If you prefer hot, humid days and sultry summer nights, then the Dogwood City should be high in your list of places to consider living. 2. Pollen in spring. Allergen sufferers might face a difficult time living in Georgia. Spring in this state brings blooming flowers, but it also comes with a lot of pollen. The pollen during the season is extreme. It coats everything on your property, including vehicles. You might be forced to wash your car, patio, decks, and windows daily. The pollen might cause a few health issues if you're allergic to them. And finally, we have number 1, the mosquito menace. Mosquitoes flourish in Georgia's humid environment. These vicious, bloodthirsty critters are large, and you'll find them everywhere. Residents refer to them as the state bird of Georgia. If you intend to move to the Peach State, you should invest in mosquito repellents. Another alternative is to install a screened-in porch in your home. What you should know before moving to Atlanta. People are looking to make big changes this year, and that includes the extremity of moving to an entirely new city. Atlanta, Georgia has its desirables and downfalls, but all of this comes down to your current situation. Do you have a family? Are your kids attending school? Where is your work located? Do you have a neighborhood in mind? City or suburbs? Well, living in Atlanta is a hot idea right now, but you may not want to call the city Hot Atlanta. Although some residents have come to embrace the term, most find that it's far from reflective of what you can actually experience when this city becomes your home. Atlanta is a city that has a fantastic music scene. There's an interesting history to explore when you start living here. You will discover professional sports franchises that have a reputation for success. When you add in the great beer, food, and everything else there is to do in the city and the surrounding region, it's easy to understand why so many people are giving in to the temptation to move. While Atlanta is so attractive to tourists and outsiders who are planning to move there, one must know every aspect of it before packing their bags. Starting from the weather of Atlanta, availability of necessary items, and many more facts, you need to have a clear idea of what you are going to experience in this place. Remember that something that might be a problem for everyone can be a good thing for you, and vice versa. Some people find that the city is one of the best places on the planet to live. There are a few who find that the negatives sometimes outweigh the positives because of their specific situation. Before finalizing any decision, be sure to review each key point with your household needs to ensure that you can find the perfect home. Moving to another state is a big decision that you have to make at some stage in your life. Before changing states, it's important to understand what your new state offers. Is Atlanta a city you want to learn more about? Is it the perfect place to live your life and call your home? Let's know your thoughts about this video in the comment section below. If you like this video, make sure to smash the like button and subscribe to this channel. To learn more about Answerly and Answerly tokens, check out the links in the description.